morning, traders. So it's the 5th of October and we are entering our final quarter of the year. Certain requirements, or let's say requests, have been asked from us. So we're going to start producing a lot of new content. Every Monday we're going to give you a snippet of our watch list, what we send to our members. Basically you've got a little bit of an outline and a planner of where to go for the week commencing. So we're going to start with the dollar index now, and what we're looking at here is price has come down to test the 93.8, 93.6 area, and due to sort of seasonal patterns, what we expect is, especially through this part of the week, maybe towards the back end of the week, but at least somewhere around now, seasonal bullish pattern generally starts on the dollar index. So we're going to start looking for routes into trading dollar bull moves. Now that's predominantly going to be seen, I would expect, across the likes of the euro and maybe the Swiss franc. Aussie and Kiwi could be impacted. Obviously their data isn't shown through the dollar index, but they could be affected just on dollar strength. But a lot is going to be down to what happens with the indexes. You know, if we see bullish moves on the indexes, that's going to be transferred across into those risk currencies: Canadian dollar, Aussie dollar, Kiwi dollar. But we're going to focus on what we're seeing here right now, which is dollar index. It's come down, it broke this broadening wedge at major structure. We've had a solid breakout of it, we've pulled back into structure, and we're seeing the move slow down. So if we just drop down to something like the 4-hourly or the hourly, we'll start seeing how that structure can play out. Now, things to be watching for is how the tide is going to turn. Now, aggressive people will be trading straight off these levels, and you know, the problem with just trading straight off the levels is it's like trying to catch a falling knife. You'd be much more inclined and better waiting for the market to show its turn, look for something like this. You know, so essentially what you're looking for is that market to break this structure high here, and then we're going to look for a higher low, and that'll give us that sort of follow through and that confirmation that we're looking for in confluence, where we can start looking for the market to test those initial highs of 94.72, and then we'll be looking to push on towards 96. Once the election's out of the way, who knows what's going to happen, but we should expect to see seasonal bias continue with the US dollar until sort of mid to late November. So that's what we're expecting. That's what we'll look to try and trade. Obviously, if we are proved wrong, it's not going to hurt us because we're waiting for certain things to happen in the market. What that looks like on our watch list, I'm just going to bring across, is here. You can see this is what we sent out to our traders. Looking for the dollar strength, we're seeing the market break. We've seen, in simple terms, higher highs, higher lows, and we're looking for that market move to push up towards 96. Moving that back out of the way, let's look at the euro dollar, because this is the one that is most closely followed to the dollar index, as is dollar Swiss. So we can see here the market's pushed right up into those key numbers, 1.19, even tested 1.20. We've got that broadening pattern, same as the dollar index. However, this is the inverted option of the dollar index. We can see now price has pulled back into that key structure area. Yes, we've highlighted it as the correction, daily resistance. And like I was saying, on the dollar index, let's just zoom in. Price is now testing that key 1.1750 even handle. So what we're going to look for is sellers to effectively come into the market. We want to see sellers come in before we do anything. So we're going to look for that impulsive initial move, and then the intraday traders will be looking for some sort of corrective pattern, whether that's a rising wedge, a bear flag, anything like that. So as the market pulls back down, we're going to look for some sort of corrective pattern, and then we can trade that down into those structure lows, about that 1.17. But where do we look for that extra added confirmation? Well, that's going to be when we get a break through this sort of zone here of 1.17, and then we can look for that follow through and looking for the market to come down and test the sort of 1.15, 1.14 area on the euro dollar. So if we see that, there's potential for a lot of points here in the coming weeks on seasonal dollar strength. So we're looking at that move there. And again, I'll just pull in the watch list so you can see exactly what we sent out to our members, which is this here, what we're looking for. We want to see price come back up, test that structure, and then we're looking at target 1s, target 2s. So like I'm saying, we send this out every week to our members, and the reason we do this, even when we host 6 live trading webinars every week, it's because not everyone can attend the webinars and not everyone has the time to watch the recordings. So at least if they've got something on hand where they can see the levels that we're interested in, they can see what we're anticipating, you know, at least they can keep track of that in their own time. So we try and do everything that we can to make trading as easy and as simple as possible. Another market that's going to be really clean for you to watch is Euro Yen. Very similar sort of formation. What have we seen? We've seen the market head and shoulders up here. We've broken through key structure at this area around the 124.50s. We had a solid break and close below. Then we've had that impulsive move back up. Now there's a couple of things we can watch out for here. Is either we're going to see the market reject this area, and if it does, fantastic, that's going to be opportunity to look for shorts. But we usually see this market when it plays out, you'll see one of two things. It's either going to go, let me just pull in this drawing tool, it's either just going to move something like this, and as we saw over here, or we're going to get a consolidation pattern like we've seen through this top section here, where, let's just delete that, we'll probably see something like this, oops, where it does this, and then moves into that area. Now what's going to cause this move? Well, one would be the euro weakness, and the other could be a sell-off in stocks, and we see that transfer of capital from risk sentiment, i.e. risk on, into the safe havens. So these are a couple of things that we're going to be looking out for, and potential moves. So you've got some real nice opportunities on euro dollar, euro yen, and again I'll just bring the watch list across so you can see what detail we send out. I'm just going to scroll down to that opportunity now. So sorry about the little delay there. We can see euro yen monthly chart. Price has come into a key sort of structure area. We've seen that bearish engulfing candle on the monthly, and we're just looking for that move to continue lower. If we come over to the daily chart, you can see here we've highlighted we're looking for price to come back up into the 124.30 zone, and then we've got those optional moves on how we're going to look to trade that, whether you're an intraday trader, swing trader, give you options, but obviously we keep you updated through our trading webinars throughout the week. Last but not least opportunity I'm going to look at now for you will be, let's take a look at the Kiwi dollar. So again, here we go. Oh. So just looking at the Kiwi right now, major structure that price tested as the US dollar was selling off. You see we've still got the notes on the screen for you to look at. Now price was in the rising channel. We formed a double top, we've broken the neckline, we did come back down to this little level of structure here around 65.30. Price has come back into the zone. Now what we're looking for is we're gonna take advantage of this market, because we do see a bearish pattern on Kiwi, and that should be complemented with bullish seasonal pattern on the US dollar. So we're going to look for that market to come down into here, and then we'll take advantage of any potential seasonal move that we expect to see mid to late November on the Kiwi or the Aussie dollar. Those seasonal markets tend to come in there, along with the likes of gold and platinum. It's prime time to be looking at those risk currencies and precious metals. So we're looking for a break of this CTL here, and then continued move lower onto 63.80s. Should the market play out as we envisage. If not, again, it's a lot of if done scenarios. We have to let the market break structure and continue to move, and once we get that confidence, we'll be looking to take those trades. Okay, that's it from Monday's watch list, the 5th of October. My name's Mark Owen, and you know, please, if you did like the content that we've delivered here, or you'd like to see more any different charts, we are going to be updating you every day. But please just comment below, hit like, share and subscribe, and this information will be sent straight to your inbox every day. Alright guys, have a great trading day, stay disciplined, and we'll see you tomorrow.